Welcome back to Good Gym, 12:30. It is 12:30. Come on here. We're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about our action, and then we'll do a few offshoots we're going to do today. Today we're actually talking about personality types. There's all these different tests out there, and some of them almost create a personality type. I think the most simple ones are usually the best ones, but it's kind of interesting because the most researched one is actually more complicated. The two most researched ones. And I think that the one that is the most beneficial to the most people from a professional and a, what do you call that? What do you call professional and personal life is one that I'm going to get into here in a second. But if you guys could please hit the share button, share it out publicly, share it with all your who you know. Is it slung? Is it slung? Or is it sling? But please, I'm real clear on some of this. Brent and I were just talking about this, the card that's up where talking about people get the different, like what doesn't make you fat, and twisting that around your mind so that to the thinking that's good for you. So one of the posts that we put out on Snapchat the other day was that bacon doesn't make you fat. Under eating or under exercising and overeating makes you fat. Bacon doesn't it just doesn't make you fat. You have to exercise. One of the things that people were coming in and saying were bacon's good for you. That's not what it's between what doesn't and what's good for you. It's completely what you have in the within. And so it is 5', 6'4", and if you guys don't mind, please slap that share button and send that out. I just needed to do that real quick. But yeah, you're 14 years old, and you're growing height-wise, and you're growing out a young man, you need to be focusing probably more on macronutrients, your protein, your fat, your carbohydrates, than you are on my us. Maintain a healthy morning vegetables. But there we go. We're talking about there's a lot of different things that for instance, you find out is types, because we all tend to assume that everybody thinks, acts, and behaves like we would. You've ever said, well, when they just I didn't know, which we all think a little bit of foundation that when we were little, and everything, like if you think of it like a filter or a roadmap, everybody's running their life based on that roadmap, whatever you want to call it. You only got taught certain, you only got taught, and you have fibers that could fit, it could filter. The more roads that you pick up that you know about, the better off you're going to be able to. Now, parents only had so much to teach you. You only had so much capacity to learn. But yeah, if you guys are just coming on here, please hit share, like, please smack the heart button or the angry face. Those are my favorite too. And please comment in below. We're going to go over, I think we actually have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we actually have 7 different tests. And we're going to go over the ones that are kind of for people that some people really need to hear these. One of them I work with a lot. That's right. The O phase. No, we kind of need health, nutrition, exercise, recovery, spontaneous day. So that's why we're going over personality types. But I've gotten a personality type before. The test detection. What was the test that you did? And There's around on the internet right now, they're actually just offshoots of other ones. And I don't think, and I'm not going to talk about, they're basically, but like I said, anybody can basically create a personality type. But what was, in the comments below, what was personality? You know, if you did a Myers-Briggs, were you an INFP? Were you an ESTJ? Were you T? You know, which one were you? If you did Gretchen, which one are you? Yeah, the disc. The disc. What about did you ever use the disc? What were you in the disc? You were high on the C. She was high on the command in the disc. Now, when I did the disc, I was like saying, or wait, what is it? It's dominant. What's the I? And then the C. Wait, what is the C? Or is it something else? But I was like 50% the dominant personality. It was like half of the there was just the I and the S, I'm pretty sure, were just slivers, and everything else was the other two. It really has been used as more like a manipulating for. I find the disc fairly personal setting, so we just hardly ever use it. But let's jump into some of these because these are actually going to take. So what we've got the Myers-Briggs, we've got KWS Strengths Finder, we have Gretchen Rubin has not actually personality test yet, but it's good. It's really, I call it the expectorships, or the expectations, or the expectors. And then we're going to go over one that was actually made by a fitness group out in broken down there, the color, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit. What was your experience with the disc? If you've done the disc, Rich says, okay, so that's position, F, and judgment, or judgment. I think we're going to go over Myers-Briggs first, actually. So dominance, influence, steadiness, consciousness. Yeah, I was like, this steadiness, consciousness. I wish it would have been a while since we used this one. But I was like 50% dominance, like 35% consciousness, and then the other two, and then the rest was like this little tiny steadiest person in the world. But yeah, if you guys are just joining us if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, sorry, conscientious. Do they define conscientious? If I'm done. That'd be if you guys just your personality type test that you did and the outcome that was given to you. One of the things about personality types that before we get into this, that I really should have mentioned this earlier. There is no bad personality type. There's no just is. So a lot of these, when we've been going over these with people feel like judged, or they feel like themselves, and they get into the victim mentality. Do they? And then it's really simple. It's a sensitive to make sure. Conscientious, accuracy, competency. I don't know. It was like one color. It was Myers-Briggs. Some of the Strengths Finder are the most researched of the person that I've done, and I've done pretty extensive work with both of those. I've done the most with Strengths Finder, and I'll tell you why here in a little bit. But Myers-Briggs breaks down into two different. So you have introverted or you're extroverted. Scale introverted more about how you are. So do you gain your energy from being alone, or do you gain your energy while you're around other people, and which way to take too? So nobody is just, or very few extroverted, and very few people are just extroverted. Intuiting, and then what is the thinking, feeling, and then it's perceiving. So you break these down. So you're going from one end of the spectrum to the other. You know, do the test on personalities.com, and they have a free, and then you can read through some of the stuff, typical. Now, don't get too caught up in these. You get caught up in personality types as if it legitimizes the way that you think, act, and behave. Very easy to get stuck in types, and you do not want to get there and read, P's, for instance. That's what I'm an introverted, intuition, tend to take things extremely. Yeah, if you guys are, if you're in there, slap the like button, because NFs are extremely idealistic of the idealists, and the INFP idealistic, and the biggest cat is us going to curse sometimes. But I would have been Apollo from Roman, from like Greek. So NFs would be would be Apollo, the sun god, the great band. The thing about NFs is that they tend to take things really personal. So if I were to read through that and just be like, it could give justification to, or validation for, why I take things personal sometimes, but we all tend to take things personal at times in our lives. So either it's going to be me challenging that about myself, or it's going to entitle me to take things personal. Which one would you rather do? I think the growth mindset says, I'm going to challenge this about myself. I'm going to challenge it when I take things more personal than other people. So when I do take things personal, I'm going to sit there and I need to be. If I went the other way to a fixed mindset, I'd say, no, this is who I think. You shouldn't have done that to mindset. So you want to think of it from a grower you are in this when you read something like that. So your personality type doesn't say this is who you should be. Validate. It shouldn't validate why it should make you challenge them and grow from them. But so introvert versus the extrovert is the first one, but you can go through that test and you can kind of read about, if you want to INFPs, you can go ahead and do that. I'm really surprised to hear that I'm actually fairly introverted. I'm actually very introverted in terms of how I gain my energy. I can be so away people. I deeply about people. However, I got to get away. I got to get away from people around it. The life out of me. It's very difficult, but and that's something. And this is where I think and the compassion for people can kind of help with personality types. If you know that there's a different, like the extrovert that comes along, and when you want people around, if I got sick, I don't want anybody around me. I don't want anybody. I want you. Don't come over. Don't touch me. Don't gift. You know what I mean? Where I want somebody to come over with them, that would be the worst thing that you could do to do that. That would actually be the opposite. Extrovert and would just be breaking down their wall all the time, where the introvert, so if the extrovert friend got sick and the introvert was like, oh, I think that I should be, versus the introvert friend gets sick and they're getting each other on some level, but if they can understand each other, then they can, so it needs to understand the introvert for a little while. It's nothing about you. Realize, hey, maybe they want me to come over and spend some time with them. I'm actually from the roots. My mom, my older sister, my younger sister, actually one other than me, my cousins and everything. No, there's a couple. There's a few. I think that was part of it. Like when I was, when I was growing up was like go out and be alone, like walk around in the timber, and they're always wondering what is wrong with this kid. But really, I just wanted wrong with that. That can come in. That can be some understanding. So Myers-Briggs is very good. I think it's the most recent activity of anyways. But it's fairly things can go for convoluted, whereas like the next one, the KW warrior magician, isn't quite so much complicated. You're one of those four, and how this works. Think of left brain people, and I know as somebody might watch this might think there's is the people who are tend to be outside the brain. That's bullshit. People who are more creative and spontaneous and accurate. The categories. Left brain person has more data science or their game. Person is more creative and spontaneous. Poems and artwork and more their game. Music maybe from right. So hardcore spectrum this way, hardcore spectrum that way. Top and a bottom. Okay, this is the motherly type. Here is confident. Fatherly. This is like the base goer. This is like the, let's think about it. Maybe, think about this. So we've got a quadrant here. Left-brained, passive, nurturing, motherly type person is a king or a queen is typically a little bit more quiet, a little bit. They're going to think things through. They're going to plan. My dad is king. Most of you actually know Janet. Janet is a war. What I am too is you're a left-brained, fatherly type. They're warriors. Like they're charging there with their sword and their shield, and they're ready to. The magicians that are over here. Your magicians are your right brain, more brain, that are also they're more over here. Your lover poet is the more passive, nurturing type, but is also on that right brain side. So pick which one, whichever you think you are. I am obvious, very far on into the warrior category. You do the way there's like one is super simple. You can basically meet somebody for 5 minutes, you're a poet, you're a warrior, or whatever it is. It's very, very quick, it's forward. You can use it. This is where I really like this. So a warrior doing improv class gives speeches off the top of their head, or they practice musical instrument, or they do something creative, so doing something that is the king or queen complete opposite also, and the lover poets like maybe like jiu-jitsu or wrestling, something that's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive, and a different approach to living their life. So it's really good because you can reach the opposite end of the spectrum. You can drive your own personal growth. You also build teams. Also, every group needs a king, needs a love or the poet. And think of every story that you've ever heard. Most are going to have a version of all of them. It's the have the left brain people that are very good at left brain, people that are very good at the passive, nurturing type. Us, confident, assertive people, we're not good at nurturing. We need a reminder every once in a while. Your right brain people, they entertain people really well. They make people feel good about themselves, and your lover poet does a similar thing. But so you want those in teams, and you want that KWML works really well for, and it works really well for standpoint. Okay, so if you're building a team, you want a king, a magician. If you're personal growth, then think about where you are. Like, I'm a warrior, so I need to read more poetry, essentially, and write more poetry to garnish. So it's kind of nice because of now. I've never been paid professionally to write, but I have. So this will be. There's reasons for the KWML. The KWML is where do you fit in that spectrum? Now, Gretchen Rubin's, I think, is really how you meet expectations. So everybody has a little bit of meet expectations. Schools do a pretty poor job of this. Really, they give the kid sports. You see it in parenting. How do kids meet expectations? Then she has upholders, obligers, questioners, and rebels. They meet any. They just do the right thing, whatever. They would hate to disagree, and that can be internal, and external expectation. Tells them to do that expectation. If they want to go do something and they put an expectation, likely to go do that thing. Obligers, external expectation, extremely well, extremely poorly. They don't meet their goal at all. But if somebody else were to say, hey, you do this, they will nail that thing. Questioner them, so they ask a lot of reasoning why we're doing this. They're a questioner. They meet the expectation. But before that, they're like, why are we doing it? The rebels, basic expectation, not even their own. Time with they might even rebel against themselves. Okay, this is a funny topic, and Brent's laughing at me over here because I am actually in the rebel category. I am my first go-to, according to Gretchen Rubin's, would be I'm a rebel first, questioner second. So so I might even go against my own bullshit, and then question it on the back end. Aaron says, in general, do you think that as people age and gain life experience that their personality can morph into a different type, or are they always what they are? To some degree, all for growth and change. And I think do a ton of work to things about themselves. Like, there's a certain amount of hard ones. So like nature and nurture, right? Change who we are. I don't know. If you look at research personality, actually get to the point where they eye color and they're so old or young personality that is kind of like coming out of them at the time. So minds could change things. I do know how hard it was for me, the mindset stuff, and how much time, how much I had conscious all the time to get to where I am now. And the amount of work that took, I mean, I don't think most people, like, I'm not trying to say anybody else, but I really improved a lot on how far I really dig into something. I think most people would be willing to go to the lengths that I went to for this stuff. But some level, I think they're always going to have, it's kind of like being always going to look at your child at home and be like, yeah, I kind of miss the, kind of don't miss those days, like you're home. But you did move on. I did from the KWML. If you super left brain. Like me, I think on my ACT, or like on this or science and math portion or whatever, I got like the 7. I don't think I actually got so. But I got so I the more creative, like the more you practice that, because center of the spectrum, because that. But I think you're just a little bit off. So if you're a warrior, you're always just a little bit off down. If you can become the lover poet, or you can become the magician. But that's a good question. I should have asked that first. With the upholder, we went through the obligers, questioners, the rebels. Oh, rebels, it has to make absolute sense to them. It has to make very good long time. They have to believe in rebels. They don't value any kind of rule or anything else. It's to them. So like I think in her book she uses the example of if you're out on nobody's around for miles, do you stop at the stop sign? I would not stop through it. I'd probably look right and look left and just keep it. The holder would always stop. The obliger would probably quick hit it. Now, should I or shouldn't I? Then he'll right through it. So I really like Gretchen Rubin from a professional standpoint of people to yourself. So if you have to, and you're doing everybody self-talk, so get over it. Everybody's talking to themselves on side, so that tool to get you to where you want to go. You have to basically get there. So they can, or the obliger has to say, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. A rebel, they have to believe in it themselves. In themselves and believe in it themselves. So if you're a rebel, you've got to, and at your test, would you stop at a stop sign? Now, would you stop at a stop sign? If you're a yes. He would. Brent's I'm a rebel. Janet's an upholder. Maggie's an obliger. Molly's an obliger. An upholder. Your mom, Bill Klon, he's a rebel. Trying to think of another rebel. Evan was a rebel. If you guys know these people, Aaron Shaw. I don't know where Aaron Shaw said. What was I saying? Oh, how you talk to yourself. So rebels need to do this, and obligers, and I have to do this. I have to do this. You can kind of say, I can do this. But we're running out of time. And one of the ones that I like that's super clear that people can wrap their head around really quick is are you extrovert and how you process information. So I process externally. And I don't process information internally very well. So I tend to be on the external side. So this test I'd actually be extroverted. And then are you a relate person? So I'd be a fact extrovert. And then this would be like in theory. So I've never actually seen it. I just like I'm hilarious. Whereas like relationship extroverts, introverts. So I just so introvert or extrovert, externally process information and internally process information. Relationship person or your actually gives your friendship, but I don't. This I think it good things about the color test. I fell into the color test driver improvement one year because they don't value the law, right? But still, speeding tickets in the year, and I had to go to driver school. What was the most funny day? Most funny, whatever that is, hilarious day. There was so much going on. I mean, it was stuff, the stories that people tell. I was justifying almost too, but the color test is identifying with a certain group to say who you are. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's pathetic. I think it breeds entitlement. It's one of those. It's junk. This is what we're going to talk about too, because I think this is just absolute junk to it for anybody who believes in any of this stuff. Are you a Virgo? Are you a Leo? What do you call that? It's not something. I believe that the stars somehow have an effect. And that stuff's bogus. It's based on what year you go back to, when those were whatever age. So when you were born would have been different. So if you're a Pisces, any effect on who you. I remember she's all the time. Anger is the fear that you're not enough. Your distance from anybody seeing that you're afraid. See that she's. I'm a Leo, so I'm fine. Actually, now get scared. It would be in Leo. Like, just need that entitlement stuff of how you can misuse these personality types. Personality types should be used for growth or professional ways, or make better teams, or friendships that are better to understand each other. It's the bullshit that you hold, like, oh, I get mad. INFPs taking this person. You should grow from this, so that we're not ending on a bad note. I'm going over time, but hopefully you guys know. But I think StrengthsFinder, I hope you StrengthsFinder is awesome. I think online, go pay your $10 for your StrengthsFinder top 5 strengths. I've gone about halfway to StrengthsFinder. I know he's gone way further, but I've taken an entrepreneurship. It's not a test in our entrepreneur test, kind of entrepreneur kind of lead, into it. I think mine are commercial. What is this? Achiever. Maybe that's 5. When I read some of this is with who you think that you are, the StrengthsFinder works with that. Most of these tests actually works against them, because it might not be the objective reality. So you could take this test along in groups really well know yourself, because you can't see you when you're inside the frame. And you're inside the frame, or the face, how well you can't, where outsiders have a better idea of who you are. Finder gets into what you enjoy, what you think that you enjoy. What you think that you enjoy tends to be what you enjoy. So it works with how you view yourself. I think it's like 100 questions. It's probably going to take you maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, and it does cost something. But I think it's created in Omaha, Nebraska. It's to read through these things, and it's personal and a point. I think StrengthsFinder is a must. I think it's hired in junior high, and so you're 8th grade maybe, and maybe if you get in your senior year. I think people should be diving into this, finding out what our strengths are. Like when I grew up, it was big message. You got to work on your flaws. Falling, fail. What people have to. What are you really, really good at? Build, and you should probably not pick on. You should develop your flaws. You should develop the things that you're not necessarily in your personal life. You should go with your strengths. You should go all in with your strengths. Why would you try to be something like? Why would somebody else jump in and do that? You should be focused on your strengths and your personal life you should be working on you trying to get better at them. So like for me, relationships are not something I don't understand them. I'm a person that just looks at them like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would I miss you? Why would I be sad that you're gone? I don't get it. So I had to develop those feelings, thoughts, actions, behaviors around that kind of stuff, the mindset around that. Now I'm like, oh, I totally get it. It makes sense. So it's a mind in my personal, like you, but just personal example. So that's something that I wasn't very good at. I needed to work on I needed to do that, which just kind of inherently, just kind of did. Straight to all these, I definitely have an easy finder in my most research. Super go with from building teams and from growth that I think is the one that everybody should take right now. Everybody should take StrengthsFinder. It's a really good color tech garbage. The Worthy, like Gretchen Worthy, it's my more interesting. But if you're the parent of a rebel and how you speak to that little kid can make your life or make your life. The child is pretty tough, so I should give my mom and dad a lot of credit. But yeah, we got Myers-Briggs, KWML, StrengthsFinder, Gretchen Rubin's test, the IERF, the color test, and the DISC. I don't use the DISC much just because I don't think it's very clear. I think it's super ambiguous. It does some stuff, but I think it categorizes people really poorly. And somebody that's high in the dominance, maybe a hard time. Anyway, I don't know. I just don't like the DISC very much. I like the other ones. I can kind of give you the time once you except for StrengthsFinder. I don't care how good you know somebody's strengths right off the bat. And maybe I'm just not that into it yet. But I think Strength One, it's worth reading. I don't promote very many like hardcore. So it's well over time up the personality tests. I'll let them get this idea that this is just who you are. Let it be a point of that you can grow from, not that you're just not validation for the bullshit that you carry around, but that you're going to grow from it. But thanks guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Every day, 12:30. Please hop on if you know somebody that can benefit. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, so just burn on May 25th. The workout starts at 6, of course. At 7:30, we're going to head over. Everybody is invited to Wildwood. However, we can only take 50 people for the otherwise thing. These are going to fill up fast. I really appreciate it.